sometimes we need to turn off the background noise of the negative around us in order to hyper focus on our positive and to invite the gratitude into our life. And then life becomes happier. You're just on a different vibration of excitement, of happiness, of joy. Hello, and thank you for joining me here on Hope to Recharge podcast, the podcast that's designed to break the stigma around mental health and to create some hope and inspiration and give some practical tips to those that are struggling with mental health, whether it's from personal stories to break the stigma or some advice from professionals in the mental health community. Whether you are struggling with mental health on your own or you know a loved one that is struggling, we are here to support you and to create a community so you know you are not alone. The road to recovery can be difficult and challenging. At Hope to Recharge, we believe that in mental health, together is always better. I'm your host, Matana. Thank you for joining me here today. Hello. It's Attitude of Gratitude Thursday. My day that I get to deep dive into gratitude on a philosophical way, not just in a practice way, because I practice gratitude many times a day, as you know. Making Miracles in 40-Day project is really impacting me. Yesterday, I went over my goals that I wrote down for myself in the beginning of the year, and I saw how many of these miracles that I wanted to happen are happening and shifting, and it's just incredible. And I really think it's for my practice with Make Miracles in 40 Days practice that I'm doing every single day, and I'm journaling my deep dive into gratitude, and it's really, really fascinating and exciting. And I want to thank everybody that's going alongside me with this practice. And I hope you're taking these Attitude of Gratitude Thursdays and starting to implement it into your life and starting to see how it can shift your positive energy into more positive energy or your negative energy into high performance, positive energy. I want to just tell you that we had an awesome mastermind this past Sunday, awesome. We spoke about forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and forgiving others and the relationship between them. Thank you for those that signed up for the mastermind and trusted me in this leading thoughts and how to implement what I implemented and what I'm still implementing, what I'm learning. And thank you for coming alongside me with this journey of a mastermind. I am loving it and I am grateful. And I can't wait to see how the end of the year will unfold with this mastermind. If you want to join the mastermind for next month, for March, you can join now and go to hopetorecharge.com/mastermind. That's hopetorecharge.com/mastermind. The link is in the show notes, and you will get the past 2 recordings because I believe that we're building something on a slow pace. Like every month we're working on something. So to catch up on what you lost in January and February, that would be great. Then you can join the Facebook group and we can work together and exercise together and implement together and grow from each other. So that's about the mastermind. I'm so in awe of the work that is done in this group and the vulnerability and the courage that this group has. It's just sometimes mind-boggling to me how strong people are and how they are committed to the process of growing and changing and a better life. So today in Attitude of Gratitude, I want to speak about something that I noticed in myself. I want to share it with the community. In the past, before I was so good with gratitude, I used to ask my husband or my father, 2 very, very happy, smiley people. I used to say, "What are you so happy about?" This was my question. I used to wake up in the morning and if they were singing and cheerful after they came home from prayer or while they were eating breakfast, I would say, "What are you so happy about?" As if it's a sin to be happy without a big reason. We need a big reason to be happy. They chose to be happy because they're alive. They chose to make their day happy. They chose joy. They chose to be grateful for being now. Even if they're in struggle and even if they're in a hard, tight moment, they chose to be happy. And I remember used to telling Ari, you have to tone it down. The singing is too much and the energy is too much because I was struggling with my self-pity or the sadness or whatever. And I didn't understand how someone can be in such a high vibration of happiness just because they're alive. And you would think it would be opposite. Ari came from such a difficult bringing and so many challenges in life and continues to have so many challenges in life. And he just chooses happiness. happiness. He chooses to be grateful for every moment, for what is working. And I realized by me questioning it, I'm taking away from their happiness. Like I'm helping them doubt their happiness and their practice of joy. And I was interfering with it, maybe in a subconscious way, but I was definitely interfering with it. I wanted to bring them down to my level of comfort of where I was not so happy and saying like, oh, hold it. Come down a notch, instead of me saying, wow, let me learn from them, from their excitement, from their gratitude. And the funny thing is that now that I practiced it for so many years, people are asking me, what are you on? What medicine are you on that you're so happy? And I said, I'm on the drug of life. That's my answer. I'm on the drug of life because when I was gifted my life back, I realized that I was not focused on my absolute gift of every single moment in life. And I chose to be grateful for the moments, for the ordinary moments, and make them extraordinary moments. And I learned this from Ari and my father, that really are grateful for the simple joys in life that make their entire energy happy and joyous. And I think nowadays it's really, really hard to go through a day and continuing to be happy because the background noise around us is very negative. The media is negative. When something negative happens, they make sure to hyper focus it. There has never been a time in history that depression and anxiety have been so extreme. Yes, some people are really suffering medically from it, but there are a lot that are depressed just because society is depressed, just because there's so much negativity in the world, and we need to elevate it and say, let's bring the positive energy. Let's hyper focus on positive things people are doing, and let's hyper share it, and let's hyper emulate it, and let's try to bring that excitement and joy into our lives instead of hyper focusing on the sad and the pain. And it could be really, really, really hard. Sometimes society sucks the happiness out of us just because we feel like there's no reason to be happy unless we do something extreme, unless we land a big project, or we land an amazing relationship, or we're gifted something big, or something outside of the ordinary life that's really a gift. We need to block out the outside noise and disconnect a little bit and connect to ourselves and to what is now so awesome and grateful around us. And sometimes we need to disconnect from the negative people around us because their energy does affect us. When I go into a room with negative people, it really affects me. It really affects me because I work so hard, because in my core, I could be negative, and I work so hard to see the positive. So I'm like, don't shine your negativity on me. And that doesn't mean you don't have empathy. Empathy and negativity, like empathy to pain and negativity is two different things. There are people that just complain all the time. They're complaining about traffic. They're complaining about the gloomy day. They're complaining about the noise. They're complaining about the dirt. They're complaining about society. I'm not saying to not vent or share your struggles. I'm hyper into that, but minimize it to what really is painful versus the small things that you can control. Can you control the traffic? No. If you can't control the traffic, make something positive out of it. Put on music. Have a podcast you listen to. Have silence with your mind. Enjoy some private time alone. There's always a way to choose to see something that you can control and see it in a positive way. I believe that sometimes we need to turn off the background noise of the negative around us in order to hyper focus on our positive and to invite the gratitude into our life. And then life becomes happier. You're just on a different vibration of excitement, of happiness, of joy. And even when hard things come our way, yes, it could be difficult. But first of all, we don't fall so low, and we bounce back up to center or higher than center very fast when we practice it. So we have to practice it over and over and over and turn off the background noise of the negativity around us. Choose to hang out with the positive people. You know, I think I mentioned that I was reading the book, A Complaint-Free World, and I was practicing it, and I realized how much I complain about things that are irrelevant. And when I stopped complaining, I started being grateful. When we stop complaining, we start noticing what's working and what we're so grateful for. So the book was a huge transformational moment for me. I highly recommend it. I recently heard Brandon Burchard, and he's a high performance coach in the business world, and he talks about owning your life and owning what you could do and implementing. And he also talks about turning off the noise. And I think I read it in his book, Motivation Manifesto. First of all, his energy, if you just look at his YouTubes, his energy is just like you feel like you just took a shot of enthusiasm. And he talks about how we have to look for joy, look for excitement, implement it, and really practice it all the time, because if it's a choice that we have to make. Now, I talk about the choices all the time, and struggles come our way, but we have the ability to hyper focus on the positive in order for it to spill over onto the negative and just tone it down a little bit. So I think what I'm trying to say is that for years I was trying to mute Ari's and my father's excitement and enthusiasm, gratitude for life, because I was so focused on my hardship or the noise that I wanted to put in my mind, instead of connecting to their enthusiasm and being grateful for the moments that are so precious in life, and just from simple moments of life, like having a sip of coffee. If I could just show you what it's like to have coffee with Ari in the morning, it's incredible. And this is for almost 18 years and it hasn't changed. The amount of gratitude he has every morning, and I'm telling you, every morning for 18 years, he talks gratitude to his coffee and to God. And he's like, thank you, God, for this warm cup of coffee. It is so delicious. And when he starts his day, it's with full of gratitude. When he'll put on his coat, he'll say, thank you, God, for this warm coat. He'll get into the car and he'll say, thank you, God, for giving me a car. And it's constant. And it's not something that changes with life. This is the way he is. And I tried to mute him because it was loud for me, because it interfered with my vibration of my negativity. But when I saw that it can't be both together at the same time, I had to choose a vibration. So when I started choosing his vibration, I literally started being grateful for the simple little acts of life. Even my kids say the last few years that my gratitude, they're talking gratitude because they keep on seeing it in us. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful to see. So if you're around someone that's grateful all the time, try to emulate them and don't bring them down with the negativity that you can be in. And again, I'm not talking about sharing pain and struggles, but sometimes we have things that we complain about that we can't change, and it's just a complaint, like traffic, like long lines in the bank. Do something about it, or when there's no traffic, or if you can't do something about it, turn it into something that can be positive in the car, in the bank, in the long line. Or if you do want to be frustrated from it, be frustrated for a short time, but try to find the positive about it, because there's always something to be grateful for. Always, always, always. So I highly recommend the Complaint-Free World book. It will change your mindset, and to notice how much you complain every day, how much we complain about things that we can't change, and how the energy of complaining shifts ourselves. And when we stop complaining, we start noticing the good, the positive, what is working. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming with me on this journey of gratitude. It is such a fun journey. I can't tell you how life is so beautiful when you're grateful. It's just so beautiful. So exciting, so much fun, really so much fun. And you feel like you're gifted every day, another day of joy, of excitement, of opportunity, of health to move forward and create a better life for yourself. That's a wrap for today on Attitude of Gratitude. Please share your gratitude with us. Please share your practices. Tell us your journey. Tell us your journey of transformation. Are you a grateful person from birth? Or is it something that you're working on, like me, constant working on? Because it's not something that comes naturally to me. If you want to get our notes of inspiration every Sunday, go to our website, hopetorecharge.com, and you can sign up for our email list, and you will get our Sunday inspiration as well as new episodes that come out, so they come straight to your email. We have some exciting news coming your way. I got a confirmation that I will be interviewing Robert Emmons, one of my gurus in gratitude. I am so excited to interview him. It's really exciting for me. I can't believe that it's actually happening. I practiced so much of what he taught me in his books and online courses. I have only a half an hour to interview him, and I really need to focus on this. And if you want to share with me ideas of what to ask him, please send it our way. We would love some input on this. So Robert E. Emmons is going to be on the Hope to Recharge podcast. So exciting. So exciting. Dream big, guys. Dream big, because if you don't dream, it will not come true. And if you do dream, you start working towards it, and the dreams that do come true are so exciting. It's just fun to see that you write something down and it happens, and you dream big, and then you move the needle a little bit more to the next bigger dream and the next bigger dream. Track yourself, track your dreams. I would like to take this opportunity to pause for a second and give a big thank you to our sponsor, BetterHelp.com. Have you been thinking of getting therapy for a while, but you live in a place that doesn't have therapists that meets your need? Or are they too expensive for what you can afford and you really want to get help and therapy? Or do you travel a lot and you can't access the therapist when you travel? Or do you come home from work and it's too late to go to an office for therapy? Well, BetterHelp.com is an online platform for therapy. You can access thousands of therapists and choose from the therapist that meets your need. Go to betterhelp.com/hope to recharge. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hope to recharge to receive your 10% off on your first month. Take charge of your wellness. Go try them out. They really try hard to match you up with the specific therapist that will meet your need. Don't wait to get help. Go now, betterhelp.com/hope to recharge. You can access them from your phone, your tablet, your computer. You can be in your bed and you can receive your therapy you need. Don't wait longer. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Share this episode that's with someone that needs some inspiration, some motivation, and some exercise and tips to how to implement gratitude. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for listening. Bye till next time. Thank you for joining us and taking the time to listen. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button so you can hear further episodes. If you are listening to us on iTunes, please leave feedback and ratings below. Let us know if there's any topic that you would like to hear from us in the future. Bye till next time.